Hello and welcome to the AcrossTheLine podcast with myself, Beth, Ollie, and our editors Avi and Ben. You are listening to the first official episode, which is just an introductory episode to get to know us.
Yeah, kind of an episode zero. I like to think of it as. We're just going to start off with who we are. I'm sure some of you already know who we are from watching previous, staying with us for however long we've been posting for now. But if you're new here, firstly, I'm Ollie, as Beth quite rightly mentioned. I've been watching the sport since 2013. Red Bull fan through and through, obviously, all the time. Soul heart in the Red Bull family. And Beth has been watching sports since 22, if I'm not mistaken. 2022.
Yes, 2022 is my first official season.
Yeah.
And I'm a Ferrari fan, and I support McLaren on the side.
Well, they switch depending on who does better on the
They
weekends.
do not switch, okay?
They switch.
I'm a Ferrari fan, predominantly with a love of McLaren.
AV, our editor, he's a Mercedes fan. He's been watching the sport similar time to me. So you can imagine our arguments for Red Bull and Mercedes get quite heated because we both know the history. We still talk about 2021 Abu Dhabi to this day. And then finally we've got Ben, the team's designer, so any thumbnails, posters, our intro for example, that's all him. We don't really know what we're doing with tech-wise, so...
We're trying our best, we are trying our best.
We are trying our best, but so he's our sort of safety blanket. You know, he's the person we cry to when we need help.
Which happens a lot.
Which happens a lot. And he doesn't actually watch the sport, he doesn't really know much about it. So whenever we have conversations in our group chat, he's just a bit...
He's just there for the vibes.
There for the vibes, googly-eyed. And that's our team, really, yeah.
Yeah, so the podcast itself, so we aim to post, for example, Bahrain before and after the race. Before, we'll talk about predictions, what we think is going to happen, and afterwards we'll do a debrief, but we're not just going to focus on F1, we're going to focus on F2, F3, and F1 Academy, so we're going to try to cover as much ground as possible when we do our podcasts. Not only will we be focusing on our podcast, we'll also do some stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, for the last few months we've been solely YouTubers, kind of just getting us through these dead months without F1. So we're going to try and keep it up as much as possible. But the podcast is going to be the main attraction. I'm going to do a sort of quick, cheeky plug. Make sure you follow us on all our social medias. Whatever we do, podcast, YouTube, whatever, we're going to take snippets or full things and we're going to post on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We're also on Twitter to keep any information up. So make sure you follow us on all the social medias. So yeah, make sure you follow all of them, keep it up to date, and so you don't miss anything. It's not just what we do, it's also news, any major news. For example, with the Lewis Hamilton stuff, we tried covering it as much as possible. We're not going to go too.
That was a fun few days for our crew.
Yeah,
I must admit,
yeah,
that was a rough couple of days.
We'll record it and talk about it another time. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, thank you for listening. We hope our next episode will be coming after the F1 testing. We'll talk about what's going on, what we think is going to happen, how it reflects what we think is going to happen in the season. But for now, that's about everything. So we'll see you soon.
Thank you very much, guys. Take care.